same frontiers. Man has sought his safety in isolation. That's what each one of us doing. We want to be safe in ourselves, separate from the rest of mankind. Safe means to have this feeling of wholeness, of being whole. Then you are completely safe. But you cannot be whole or have that extraordinary feeling of total completeness if there is any sense of fragmentation. Now, this statement from the speaker may be false. One must doubt, question. It may be his own peculiar invention or illusion. But having heard it, one must find out if it is possible or not possible to live a life which is whole, therefore safe. That means you who have listened to this statement, you have to apply your mind, not agree. You have to question your life, your existence, your whole activity. Find out for oneself whether it's possible to be totally safe. You cannot possibly be safe in isolation. Doesn't matter whether whoever says it, it is a law. And so what happens if you cannot be safe in isolation? Why is the world divided up like this? The British, the Argentine, the French, the Russian, you follow? And religiously too. Those who are Christians, and the Christianity broken up in their beliefs, thousands of different beliefs in Christianity. The same thing in India, all over the world, is the same phenomena. So, we're asking, when one realizes this fact, can one live in the modern world, do your business, whatever one does, with a sense of feeling of being whole, not fragmented? Specialization is one of the factors of fragmentation. One has to have specialists, doctors, carpenters, the postman, and so on. But psychologically, inwardly, what's the need to be a specialist? You're following all this? We are human beings. So, we ought to discuss also the nature of pleasure, as we talked about fear. And also we should go into the question of suffering, whether it is possible for us as human beings who have lived on this earth for so many millennia, whether it is possible to end our sorrow. This, as we pointed out, this is a serious question. It's not just a Sunday morning sermon. Thank God we are not in a church or a cathedral. We are under lovely trees. We ought to be serious enough to inquire into all these matters. So we are going to inquire first why man has pursued pleasure at any price. Why it has become such an important thing in life. When you emphasize one thing, you deny the others. You are merely pursuing pleasure, pleasure in so many forms, pleasure of possession, pleasure in attachment, pleasure in becoming something, pleasure in having knowledge, pleasure in having a piece of earth, pleasure in feeling that you have achieved something, you have been able to have a very good body, pleasure in drink, so many forms of pleasure. Not only sexual remembrance of pleasure, but the pleasure of seeking, finding, achieving, being somebody. So why has pleasure become so extraordinarily important in life? What is pleasure? As we examined very carefully into the nature of fear, went into it in great detail, we should also examine pleasure. What is pleasure? Please, you answer the question, not the speaker. Is it a remembrance? Pleasure in prayer, pleasure in worship. I don't know what you pray to, what you worship to, but it's a pleasure. Is it a remembrance of thing that is past, over? Or is it something in the future? Thinking about that which might give you pleasure. Or the remembering of some